Today is the next stage in the struggle in the Sejm. In December, the Speaker of the Sejm, Szymon Hołownia, ended the mandates of opposition MPs Mariusz Kamiński and Maciej Wąsik, who were then sent to prison despite having been pardoned by the President. They were released after a further presidential pardon. According to the opposition, the actions of Speaker Hołownia are contrary to the law, and both MPs tried to enter the Sejm today. The Sejm authorities ordered the Marshal's Guard not to let them in. Opposition politicians stated that this was contrary to applicable law, the presidential pardon from 2015 and the Supreme Court's judgments. As announced, Mariusz Kamiński and Maciej Wąsik came to work today, that is, to the Sejm. However, after Szymon Hołownia's decision, the Marshal's Guard prevented them from entering. The officers' responsibility is to carry out orders, i.e. to secure the Sejm. On what decision do you claim that Messrs Kamiński and Wąsik are not MPs? I cordially invite you, gentlemen. I'm not standing here to lecture you on the law. Well, yes, it's hard to find an explanation for disregarding parliamentary mandates. I saw fear, Mr. Hołownia's fear of the two MPs who came today to perform their duties in accordance with the law. However, Tusk's coalition wants to present Law and Justice MPs as brawlers, hence such scenes today in front of the Sejm. Resocialization was ineffective simply because there is no place in the Assembly for criminals, even if they have been pardoned, and as MPs, we do not want such people to sit in the parliamentary chamber. The only thing that determines who sits on the same benches is not the wishes of MPs, but the law and the Constitution. And in accordance with the law, Mariusz Kamiński and Maciej Wąsik were elected by nearly 70,000 Poles as members of the Sejm. MPs Kamiński and Wąsik had to come to the Sejm today because, as they announced, they showed up for duty. They have a mandate. They were chosen by voters. They could not come. But despite this, Speaker Hołownia ignored the law and the voices that argued the MPs Kamiński and Wąsik be allowed to perform normal parliamentary work. Yes, I suggested it to the Speaker of the Sejm that if he decided to act in accordance with the rule of law, that is, the Supreme Court recognised the appeal, end of story, then the case would be closed. We would not have to meet. Of course, those who wanted to oppress these MPs and non-MPs would not be satisfied symbolically and politically. That's what it's all about. This oppression has nothing to do with law or democracy. There is no place in the Sejm for political hooliganism, brawls and attempts to desecrate the uniform of the Marshal's Guard. You are once again breaking the law by not allowing the MPs to perform their mandates. You are being used by Donald Tusk as a bumper, but this does not justify your behaviour. Tusk's coalition is trying to claim that it was Law and Justice MPs who attacked the Marshal's Guard. Law and Justice, so to speak, equip the Marshal's Guard with the principles of maintaining direct coercion for themselves. That's why the Marshal's Guard behaved properly. Do you enjoy such scenes? No, they are not entertaining, but it is not us, not the Marshal's Guard, who is the author of such scenes. This is a problem of law and justice. This is nonsense, according to party chairman Jarosław Kaczyński. The fact that your journalists, followed us, and therefore the other MPs gathered here, were also a little confused and also followed, led to everything that was happening here. It was not our goal. The chairman of Law and Justice announced a case against Szymon Hołownia, who ordered the Marshal's Guard not to allow MPs Wąsik and Kamiński to enter the Sejm. One of the officers confirmed in writing that Szymon Hołownia was responsible for what happened today. We needed this document for procedural reading. So I'll do that again. We needed this document for procedural reasons because the government of the 13th of December will not be forever, and the matter of settling liability will not go unpunished. As a result of Mr. Hołownia's illegal, unlawful, criminal, and I say this consciously, criminal actions, something was undoubtedly harmful to the functioning of the state in a democratic way. They came to work today. Donald Tusk, as you can see, has more important matters than ruling the country. He prefers to be on vacation in the Italian Dolomites. Shouldn't the Prime Minister be at work? Wąsik and Kamiński violated their inviolability again. But shouldn't Donald Tusk take responsibility for what is happening? Mariusz Kamiński and Maciej Wąsik are responsible. Did Donald Tusk chicken out and run away? Kamiński and Wąsik are the cowards. They should be in prison. Mariusz Kamiński and Maciej Wąsik should sit, of course, I fully agree, but on the parliamentary benches and work for Poland as MPs, and no one should make it difficult for them. Adrian Borecki, Telewizja Republika.